God damn.
I feel like I beat Tank too, as well. Only time I see him come out fast, it's in the cruise. I know boxing, and also I know myself, so.
Yeah.
So, Gervonta Davis just leaked new training footage ahead of his highly anticipated bout with Lamont Roach, and it has taken the fight world by storm. But if there's someone who's absolutely terrified after watching the new footage, it's the man himself, Keyshawn Davis. Yeah, the businessman is trembling after seeing Tank's new regime. And honestly, we can't blame him. Let's break down why this footage has everyone talking, and what it means for their highly anticipated showdown. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, you know that Gervonta Davis and Keyshawn Davis are set to clash in one of the most exciting fights of 2025. The tension's been brewing for a while now, with both fighters throwing verbal jabs, but things have escalated to a whole new level. And now this newly released training footage of Tank has fans, and apparently Keyshawn himself, rethinking how this fight is going to go down.
I would prefer Tank Davis, the top guy. I would go for the top guy. If I could choose, I would choose Tank Davis. I would knock Tank short out. Tank is a great fighter. Hats off to Tank. I'm not even about to just do all that. Like, Tank is a great fighter, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody knows that he got the power, he got the skill and ability, he's patient, you know what I'm saying? But I know who I am. That little short can't touch me. And I'm coming with that same shit he coming with, and he know that. His coach Kenny, you know, got a lot to say. You know what I'm saying? Tells him to go fight the from Cuba. No, nigga, I'm gonna fight Tank. Stop mentioning other people when I mention your fight. What the is you talking about, boy? Like, don't play with me, bro. Y'all know how I'm coming. Tank, if you wanna fight, send me a contract, bro. Tank, you know.
All right, let's talk about the footage. Gervonta Davis looks like an absolute beast in the gym. We're talking next-level speed, power, and precision. In the clips, you can see Tank working the heavy bag, and every punch looks like it's got dynamite behind it. His footwork? Smooth as butter. The man's moving like he's in his prime. And let's not forget, this is supposed to be his farewell tour. If this is how he's going out, it's going to be legendary. Get this, Tank has officially announced that 2025 will be his final year in the ring. Yep, you heard it right. The legendary Gervonta "Tank" Davis is hanging up his gloves soon, and these next couple of fights are going to define his legacy.
25 is at the next year. I'm out of it.
After our second fight.
You're out of it?
Yeah,
Care to elaborate on that?
out of the sport.
After our second fight. Nah, no, I'm gonna win, bro.
Nah, I could tell you my fights.
This isn't just about adding more wins to his record, it's about cementing his place in boxing history. That's why Tank is going all in.
Why are you retiring?
What changed? What made you?
Trash, garbage.
If you got the opportunity to sign a prospect for GTD, who will be?
I'm out of it.
Gervonta, something
prospect
should have
you
happened
know?
during this time, because when I saw you at the Frank Martin press conference, it looked like you were like the talks about retirement was not even discussed at this moment, and now it's something you keep on repeating. Is it just because obviously what you've done through boxing since you were a kid and everything?
Fed up with the whole
Where's Calvin Ford? Is Calvin Ford and Leonard Edelby usually they're around to
You
be
think you
here
might be
for
gaining love for it though? You never know. Like, you know, like say you got a spark today.
Probably.
He's got everything to lose and everything to prove. He's determined to walk away with his undefeated title intact, and he's not about to let anyone ruin that. The upcoming fight with Lamont Roach on March 1st at the Barclays Center? That's just the warm-up. Tank's not coming to play. He's coming to make a statement.
Just overall being something that he's not been in the ring with. I'm the total package, and honestly, sometimes I think he doubts himself. But I'm a competitor, and I feel like I'm the best. So I'm assured.
When he talks about you not bringing your family, what goes through your mind when you hear him say that?
I ain't worried about that.
And once he takes care of business with Lamont, he's got his sights set on Keyshawn. Tank's been planning this retirement for a while now, trying to ease out of the aggressive lifestyle of boxing to focus more on his family and kids.
That's why I don't want to box no more. I want to do therapy, right? But I feel as though if I do therapy, it will lose the fire that I have inside me. I want everything out of me where so I don't never think about fighting again. I don't think about even getting angry, you know what I mean? Because I have 2 girls, 2 daughters. I'm wanting to be much softer, you know what I mean? Be more humble and things like that.
But make no mistake, before he rides off into the sunset, he's making sure everyone remembers exactly why he's a legend. So, Lamont Roach better be ready, and Keyshawn, you're next in line, buddy. Tank's coming to show the world that he's still the man.
Right here.
Real light.
Right here, guys. Right here.
Now, here's where it gets interesting. Sources close to Keyshawn's camp have revealed that he's feeling the heat. And who wouldn't? This isn't just any training footage, it's a statement. Tank's saying, "I'm still the king, and if you want this throne, you better come correct." Keyshawn, for all his confidence and skill, might be realizing that he's got a mountain to climb. Hear me out. Keyshawn and Tank have been breathing down each other's necks for months now, and the heat between them is undeniable. But let's rewind for a second. This rivalry didn't just pop out of nowhere. It all kicked off when Keyshawn Davis, fresh off his jaw-dropping highlight reel knockout of Lemos, decided to waste no time. Right there, still in the ring, he called out Gervonta Davis with zero hesitation.
Hey, a world title. But also, we gonna come back to Norfolk, man, so y'all don't forget about me. Y'all keep supporting DB3. But a world title definitely gonna be next. 2025, we got big plans for everybody in the boxing world. Hey, Gervonta, knock, knock.
You've been on that all week. Listen.
It was bold, it was gutsy, and it definitely caught everyone's attention. At first, Tank brushed it off, thinking it was just another newbie shooting for the stars. But the more he watched Keyshawn fight, the more he realized this kid isn't just talking, he's got the skills to back it up.
Tank said he's now the new face of boxing. What do you think?
For sure, he's the face of boxing. I don't have no problem with saying that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he deserves everything that's coming to him. He's the face of boxing for sure.
And he's that guy. You talked about how good Shakur is. Do you think people sleep on Tank's skills? They just see him as a knockout artist?
Who sleep on Tank's skills? Nah, nobody sleep on Tank. Like,
well, I just go because so many people just think he's a knockout artist, but I think they underestimate his boxing IQ.
And back in 2021, in August, I sparred Tank, and he's skilled. Like, he's skillfully. Like you can watch me fight. You know, I'm skilled. When I got in the ring with him, he's skillfully great. He's great. Like, Tank is all the way around a great fighter for sure. He's for sure like just like Shakur the man. Tank the man too. Tank the man to beat right now because he got the popularity and the skill. You know what I'm saying? Shakur the man right now, but he's just not as popular as Tank.
Keyshawn's got that killer combination of speed, power, and technique that makes him a real threat. Let's not forget, he's got that Olympic pedigree too, bringing that elite-level experience into the ring. Gervonta quickly learned Keyshawn isn't a slouch. He's a serious contender.
Davis, Keyshawn, this new guy, he's 140 pounds. He's not bad.
Yeah.
Keyshawn Davis. That's him right there, isn't it?
Ooh, no, I thought he was.
Ooh, there we go right here. Oh, yeah. He's a young guy.
Nice combination.
He's quick.
Good. Yeah. Ooh.
He's a harder puncher.
And now, with both fighters looking to prove who's the best, this rivalry is reaching a boiling point. It's going to be fireworks when these two finally meet.
Could we see you with Shakur before you go?
For what? Like, who have Shakur? What have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing.
You don't think he's better than any of the guys you face?
Looking more better than him. Keyshawn. Keyshawn looking way more better than this nigga.
So you would rather
keep screaming this nigga name? He haven't done nothing.
You'd rather fight Keyshawn?
Haven't even done nothing.
So what do you say to those who say that you might be afraid? So what do you say to those who might be saying that, you know, Tank is afraid of Shakur?
Afraid of what? Afraid of what? Us fighters, if we're afraid of somebody, it gotta be somebody hitting us and hurting us. Like, he don't have no offense. Everything is defense. Defense only winning basketball and football.
But let's break down why this footage is freaking everyone out. First, it's the power. We all know Tank has knockout power, but seeing it in action like this, it's a whole different vibe. Every punch looks like it could end a fight.
About you and Tank, if that would happen. I know you sparred with him, correct?
Yeah.
So you and Tank, if that would have happened.
I feel like me and Tank fight how it go would be like electrifying. Like, me and him are both mean, aggressive, bully. We bullies in the ring, you know, like, we bully the bullies.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? I'm the type of fighter, I love to bully the bully. So if you got two fighters in there, mentalities is like that, it's gonna play out to be a great fight. And I'm just up for the challenge for real. And it's a Davis on Davis, like, it's gonna be a great promotion, you know? I feel like that fight could break numbers.
Second, the speed. Tank's looking faster than ever, which is a scary combo when paired with his power. And third, his conditioning. He's not just throwing bombs, he's doing it with stamina to spare. This man is ready to go the distance if he needs to.
I mean, if he want to retire with the career that he got, then go ahead and do whatever you got to do. So I disagree with it. I think it's soft, but that's on him.
Do you still think that fight's possible? I know he might have a break after that fight with Lamont Roach, but do you feel like you guys could fight 2025 or 2026?
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't into chasing people around. I mean, if he's willing to fight, I'm ready to fight, and I think it should happen, but I ain't gonna lie, I can't sit there and chase you and then, you know, he could try to make it seem as though I need him and I don't need him, so.
Meanwhile, Keyshawn isn't taking this lightly. He's been training with none other than Floyd Mayweather, one of the best to ever do it. Floyd's been in the trenches with Gervonta before, so he knows exactly what it takes to beat him. Yeah, Keyshawn isn't taking any chances. He's leveling up by training with the man who knows it all, Floyd Mayweather. And let's be real, who better to guide him? Floyd's the guy who molded Gervonta into the beast he is today. So you already know he's got the blueprint on how to break him down.
You know, he the one told Frank that I was running at 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. But I knew for sure that wasn't going to be enough to beat me. It's cool. It's all right. You know? I don't really think too much of it. He's not going to hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to be with him than be cool with him because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll put you in bad situations.
Floyd knows every strength, every weakness, and you best believe he's passing all that insider knowledge on to Keyshawn.
But I must say this, the most exciting fighter that's acting and fighting in boxing right now is Gervonta Tank Davis. When Gervonta Tank Davis go out there and fight, he reminds me of Pretty Boy Floyd. Because Pretty Boy Floyd, you couldn't go get no popcorn. You couldn't go get no soda. You couldn't go get no candy. You don't want to miss nothing.
With Floyd in his corner, Keyshawn's getting the ultimate crash course on how to exploit Tank's game, and it's shaping up to be a masterclass in strategy.
Well, you got a chance to work with Gervonta out here. What was that experience like? Anything you could share?
The experience was great, and what's crazy about that is, which they shouldn't,
But nobody, I mean, yeah, like I said, which they shouldn't, but I sparred him back when I was like 16 years old. This when he like kind of had first signed with Floyd, and he was like a big buzz in the boxing game. You know what I'm saying? And I think we did like 10 minutes straight. Understand what I'm saying? Great sparring match. But this time around, it was like, all right, we older now. There's more skills involved. It's like, all right, now let's see how it's gonna go this time. And when I got in the ring, I'm not gonna lie, he surprised me with how much defense he really had. You know, of course, I was looking out for the power of like off the rip. I was looking out for his power. But when I started, like when I was attacking and trying to set stuff up, like he got like good upper body movement, and he got some good legs when he used them. So he surprised me with his defense. But it was a very technical fight. I mean, technical sparring match, and I definitely learned that. Like I said, his defense. Like I definitely learned that he got some great defense, and it's not really easy to hit this guy. And I had to work to get to him. But overall, it was great sparring, and we respected each other.
Let's compare styles for a second. Tank is a power puncher with a high fight IQ, while Keyshawn is more of a technical wizard with incredible speed and defense. On paper, it's a classic matchup of power versus precision. But the way Tank's looking right now, it's hard not to think he's got the edge. Keyshawn's got to be at his absolute best to avoid those bombs and outbox Tank. Now, let's talk about the fan reactions, because, wow, the internet is straight up buzzing after Tank's new training footage dropped. Fans are losing their minds over how sharp and focused Gervonta looks like. He's not just in beast mode, he's in a whole other dimension. The comment sections are going wild, with people hyped for what's coming next.
So from the game, we've seen a lot of tit for tat, name calling, and we've seen a lot of playing around, but we're not seeing the fights we need to see. So I think this will start something good.
Now, on the flip side, we got Gervonta Davis, who just KO'd Frank Martin. Frank Martin had similar amount of fights as Keyshawn Davis has. They did with after Tank knocked out Frank Martin, they said that Tank was cherry picking, fighting people that didn't have the experience that he has.
Right.
So do you think it would be the same thing if he was to fight Keyshawn and get the knockout and win that fight?
Honestly, I wouldn't think it would be the same, is because Keyshawn is a lot more confident than Frank Martin. He's a lot more experienced. When Tank was letting Frank Martin know that he wasn't ready, and he was saying to him, you don't know enough, he was being honest about that. But the reason it mattered is because Frank Martin as an amateur, probably maybe 50, 60 fights. Keyshawn as an amateur, 100 plus fights, and an Olympian, you know what I mean? So that's a different caliber of guy. The confidence level is way different, you know what I mean? So Keyshawn would go in there and not be scared and not be afraid, and, you know what I mean, shoot his shots with confidence. So that's what would make it a lot better fight.
Now, also with Keyshawn on the other side, if he was to win that fight Tank and win that fight, come out victorious, what would that do for his career?
I mean, he's best in the world at 135. You got to be fair. I mean, if anybody else was to beat Tank, that's what they would say. So, I mean, he the guy now. I don't know if we would call him the face of boxing just yet, but he's the guy.
At 135.
Mm-hmm.
Pick up with let's pick up. So if Keyshawn Davis is to come out victorious against Gervonta Davis, if that fight was to happen, what does that do for his career?
He's automatically declared the number one guy in the world at 135 pounds. The respect should be there. You know what I mean? Tank is the guy. So if Keyshawn was to beat him, now he's the guy.
And it's not just the fans getting hyped. Boxing pros and pundits are chiming in too. You've got legends and analysts weighing in, saying this might be the best version of Tank we've ever seen. Everyone's talking about how this fight with Keyshawn is shaping up to be one of the biggest showdowns in recent boxing history.
The fact that Lamont Roach is as familiar with Tank Davis as he is, it goes beyond them fighting in the amateurs. They've spent time in camp together. He's been around Tank. He's seen Tank up close and personal, whether he's in the ring with them or not. That matters. When you know a guy's rhythm, when you know their speed, when you know what they're thinking, that changes everything, saying all this to say that because I know we got a lot of people. It don't matter. When he get hit, he going to sleep. Just wait for it. This might be a fight until he gets hit. And again, he's tasted that before. So if he gets hit and he doesn't go away, we got a fight on our hands, you know? I think it's a good fight. I think that there's better fights for Tank Davis, but this is a good fight for him.
The fight world is absolutely buzzing with anticipation, and you can feel the electricity in the air. People are debating nonstop about who's got the edge. Will it be Tank's experience and knockout power, or will Keyshawn's hunger and new school skills take over? Either way, this fight is set to be an absolute blockbuster, and fans are counting down the days. Trust me, this one's going to be epic. This fight isn't just about two boxers trying to prove who's better. For Tank, it's about cementing his legacy as one of the greatest of all time before he hangs up his gloves. For Keyshawn, it's about stepping out of the shadows and proving he's ready to be the next big thing. The stakes couldn't be higher. What's our prediction? It's tough to call. Tank looks like a man on a mission, but Keyshawn's got the skills and the right people in his corner to pull off an upset. Either way, we're in for an epic showdown. And who knows? Maybe this fight will set the stage for even bigger things in the future. All right, that's a wrap on today's breakdown. What do you guys think? Is Keyshawn really scared, or is this just part of the mind games? And who are you betting on, Tank or Keyshawn? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Smash that like button if you're hyped for the fight, and don't forget to subscribe for more boxing updates. I'll see you in the next one.